Hi guys, it's Janet. I have Nicole with me working out of Kentucky. First question to you: in the news this week was the Breonna Taylor verdict. What were your first reactions and emotions upon hearing the verdict?
Well, it's kind of harder because I'm in the state of Kentucky. So my first things were, are the riots going to happen? How bad are they going to be? Um, what's going to be, are we going to get shut down because of riots and the protests and all that? But also, are we going to try to be made an example of yet again? It's disheartening that it happened, but it's were we expecting that it would be different? And that's really unfortunate to say, but there's been so many cases like this, and the lack of indictments or the misuse of the charges that have been brought down. We just, unfortunately, we're very numb to the fact that her justice isn't going to be served. Um, and there are so many things on social media that I just couldn't really look at. But there was the one thing that really stuck out, saying, "We're sorry that the neighbor's walls got justice before you did." And there's a lot of different ideas and opinions out there saying, "Oh, well, her family got justice because they got the settlement." But is $12 million really worth a life? And it's it's just a lot of emotions. It's a lot of questions. And it's really a lot of, it's weird to think about, but before it was, don't let the next Black man be a hashtag. But now we have a Black woman being a hashtag too. So it's hard because now more than ever, maybe I'm feeling like a target, or I'm feeling like if I'm not a certain way, or if I'm not doing a certain thing, or if I'm caught in a different place, I have to just be more conscientious of everything that's going on around me.
With these emotions, with the verdict, how have you managed, how have you coped? What have been your coping mechanisms? And have you been good and diligent about it, or like the rest of us, kind of poor, kind of failing?
So I've actually been okay. I, like I said, a lot of the posts on social media, I just had to kind of be without. But I was able to talk it out with one of my football coaches at school, because he went to Louisville. He's from Kentucky and he knows Louisville very well. And we just talked about it a lot. And we were able to kind of get our feelings out that way. But my college students that I have with me, they had questions, and it was good. They were good questions, and I was able to answer those, but also be kind of mindful of how I answered them too, because they're not diverse students, but they were they were open to what my opinions were, and it was nice to be able to get that out. So I think really talking it out with someone was helpful, but also having the think tank, and the think tank was able to, there was a lot of different opinions from the think tank, and um, a lot of Black men from the think tank saying, "Hey, I love the Black woman," and a lot of feedback from there. And I, just knowing that there's other people that are feeling that way, and that we have other people that we could talk to, it's really helpful that way too. So I think I was able to cope pretty well, but it's just, it's sad to say it's just a matter of time as to what's going to happen next.
For those that aren't familiar with the think tank. Can you speak on that a little bit and how that has helped you personally?
Sure. Well, the think tank is a group me chat that I am part of. I've been a part of it since June, and I was invited by one of my mentors, Brittany Brown from District 3, and it's just it's an open forum, and we're able to talk about any and everything in the think tank. A lot of it, of course, is athletic training related, but with the pandemic, we were able to talk about COVID, and we were able to talk about ways that we can come back to athletics with COVID. And also, we're talking about race relations things every time a verdict comes out, or every time not a verdict comes out. But it's just it's open forum. You're not judged. It's people that they're diverse too. It's people that look like me, and it's weird that we we haven't had that before. It's a lot of people names that I've seen on like EDAC posts, and I might have seen them in passing at NADA, but now I could put a face to the name, and I'm able to really talk more with them. And personally, I was able to make a lot more connections because of the think tank. I'm able to talk to athletic trainers that are much older than me, a lot that are like fresh grads, and they're looking for people for mentors or just people to just talk to. So it's definitely helped me personally because I've been able to build more relationships with other Black athletic trainers that I wouldn't have been able to before. And I guess, I mean, we all say, oh man, like COVID, the pandemic, we hate it. And of course, like we have a lot of feelings towards that. But I think if it wasn't for COVID and for NADA being canceled in person, we wouldn't have been able to connect on that group me chat, and we wouldn't be able to connect the way we have been. So I'm thankful for that too.
So on the topic of mentorship, how important has your mentor been to you and your career?
I kind of found my mentor a little late, but I think it's never too late to seek for a mentor, because you never know exactly what you're going to need in the future of your career and your profession. So it's definitely been very important to me to have one because without my mentors, I wouldn't be as involved as I am, especially not just within athletic training, but also with EDAC and with the diversity and basically advocating for diversity as well. If it wasn't for Brittany Brown, I would not have gotten into EDAC, or I wouldn't really be as involved as I am right now. And it was really her pushing me to say, like, yes, you can do it. And she answers all my questions at any time. And it's really helpful for me to have her because of what she has done already. But it's helpful for me as a mentee because now me as a mentor, I'm able to really push those who I'm being a mentor to, those to just do what they can and do what they want to do. And if they have a goal to achieve, it's really up to me to really push them to let them know that they have backing and that they're able to do it.
As a mentee, what were you looking for in a mentor?
I was just really looking for someone that I could be completely transparent with and completely open with, and to really just tell them what my strengths and weaknesses were, and someone that would be able to help me in the times that I need it. Um, I'm really, a lot of people have questions on like what a good mentee should be. And I think that a good mentorship relationship is definitely one that gives on both sides. You, as a mentee, you shouldn't be looking for a mentor to just get you a job and then the relationship is severed. I think it's truly work on both sides, and it could be truly a great thing if you're helping each other out in both. Because I want to be, as a mentee, I want to be able to help my mentor, or just be accountable, and try to keep my mentor accountable as well. So that's something that I was definitely looking for. The accountability is big too. Just making sure that we both know what we can do, what we're there to do, and also just to, if you just need that one person to say, hey, you can do it when you're feeling down, or on a Monday, oh, happy Monday, have a great week. Like, that's just, things like that are just really big for me.
Now that you're a mentor, what do you hope to impart on your mentees?
Uh, Really things that I may not have had at that stage of my life. Like I said, it took me a little while to get a mentor, but I'm very happy that I do have one. Um, but it's really like, I am a mentee to athletic trainers that are just certified. So it's really, if they need a job, do I know where they're hiring, or do I have a connect, or do you have interest in secondary schools? Do you have interest in professional? It's just really things that I just want to make sure that they're reaching their goals professionally. And that's really something that I'm really an advocate for, because athletic training itself, it's so broad, because there's so many different things that we can accomplish as athletic trainers, and there's things that some of the new grads have a lot of great ideas, and it's awesome to hear things. Even though I'm only 9 years out, it's like we have a different crop of athletic trainers. So it's definitely nice to hear from them and see what ideas they have, and then hopefully I'm able to get them into fruition.
So next couple of minutes is for you. Nicole, your final statement.
Um, well, as a diverse athletic trainer, I'm very excited to meet new athletic trainers. I'm definitely excited to meet more diverse athletic trainers too. Um, and I think this is truly the time that we can really advocate for our profession. Unfortunately, we weren't able to meet in person this year, but hopefully next year in Orlando, we're able to really unite as one, and really be a show of what diversity within athletic training is. And going up until then, just make sure that you're advocating for diversity within our profession. There's a lot of us out there. Thanks to the think tank, I see that there's a lot more than what I thought. But definitely, if you're in the position to um, reach out to high school students, or reach out to undergrads, and just really see what their ideas are, and see if they're interested in athletic training, I think this is the time to do it. Especially with the pandemic still going on, we can really utilize the digital and virtual things as much more than what we have been before. So I really think that this is our time to really shine, and really our time to start looking at different leadership positions that might be opening up, because we have to be seen, and we really need to get out there. So I definitely think that that's something that we should all work on, whether we are just coming out of school, or if we've been in the profession for 20 plus years. I really think that that's something that we should really work on right now.
Nicole, thank you for spending this Sunday with me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.